Yeah, well, that forgiveness thing is a really rough one because there's usually preconditions for forgiveness. Like if you transgressed against me, let's say, and you expect me to forgive you, generally speaking, that's attendant on your willingness not to do it again. There has to be something like an apology and a recognition of what happened and willingness to change that makes forgiveness appropriate.
Yeah.
But the only limit on that, in some sense, is that, and this is more forgetting, more understanding and forgetting, I would say, is that it's one thing to be hurt, and then it's another thing to have to bear the memory and the consequences of that hurt. And to the degree that you can drop that, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's the forgiveness in that sense, which is, well, I'm going to dig to the bottom of this and I'm going to let go of it because all it's doing is prolonging the agony, essentially. But that forgiveness, that's something that, I know that that's often handed to people as a necessity, and it's just not that simple. Because you forgive when the person's willing to move forward on a new track or something like that. That doesn't mean you have to bear hatred and enmity, although often that's very difficult to get rid of too, especially if the person was particularly malevolent. Mostly it's under those conditions, I think it's your best bet is an attempt to lighten your own existential load.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you had a rough time and that hurt you, and everything you could do to repair that for you is the right thing to do, and that might mean letting go of a fair bit of it, And I'm not trying to make that a simple thing. I know it's not. You let go of it when you start to, especially if you've been hurt at the hands of someone malevolent, you let go of it when you start to understand malevolence, and that's no trick. That's no simple thing. You have to kind of understand it as I think as a transcendent force in some sense, because you've encountered malevolence, but it's everywhere. You know what I mean?
It is.
It's always something that people come into contact with, and so you have to view it as an integral part of existence, something like that.
Well, and part of yourself too, like you said.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. That also helps it. That helps make it more understandable.
Yeah.
And it's a useful thing to know about yourself because it can help you avoid. You must have understood some of that in order to raise your daughter problem.
I don't know that I did, because when I realized that he was beating me, and that was why I was not getting off the couch, it was a proverbial crib, and so I would have arguments, internal arguments on whether or not to leave the couch, and so I thought, I've got to hurry and tell my daughter this, or else. So I don't know. I was worried, about the DNA, about what's the past on maybe memories?
Epigenetic.
Yeah, epigenetics.
Yeah. How's your daughter doing?
Oh, really well.
Well, good. Great.
Yeah. So knowing that she might have MTRD, I made sure, and my ex-wife too, that she didn't encounter a lot of squishing of the balloon. So
yeah, well, like I said, congratulations. It's a really big deal to be able to constrict that, and not let your and not let the anger propagate itself down the generations. It's the right thing to do if you can manage it, because, well, otherwise the misery is continual, isn't it? It never ends. It never ends until someone ends it. Right? It's like a tear in the fabric of reality, and unless someone sews it back up, it just stays torn forever.
Yeah.
And it requires a lot of effort to straighten it out.
Yeah.